I should beat the hell out of you for doing something like that. Do you have any idea who I am? You're going to regret not giving me what I want.
Oh my God, who is this? Why are you sending me this type of thing?
Just when I thought you couldn't get any ruder, you actually forgot the person you exchanged contact information with? That's a different level of disrespect. You're treading on thin ice. I'd be careful with what you say next if I was you.
Right, hold on, it's coming back to me now. You're the customer that came in before, aren't you? I'm sorry if I offended you or anything. Getting a message like that out of the blue is quite frightening. Even you have to admit that.
Yeah, well, if you were any good at your job, you would have realized it was me in the first place. You don't forget something like that easily. You have no idea who you're messing with, girl. I could squash you like a bug. You better change your attitude.
Okay, I can understand if you were angry before when you wanted to file a complaint, but don't you think you're taking it too far now? You don't need to threaten me. What you were asking me was nothing to get upset about in the first place.
You really don't get it, do you? I'm not your average person. You don't get off disrespecting me even in the slightest. Just ask around town about Big Betty. I have quite the hefty reputation around here. Everyone knows I'm not the type of person to be messed with. You got that? So you better change the attitude when you talk to me, or I will be adding you to the bodies I've put in the ground.
Whoa! I don't care about who you were in the past or what you are now. That's not the type of thing you say to someone. Do you realize how much trouble you could get in for saying that? You're lucky you're dealing with a kind-hearted person, or else I would have reported you to the police already. Let's just finish it there before you say something reckless.
Ha! Good luck with doing that. Even the police are shivering in their shoes as they think about me. That's how powerful my reputation is here. Nobody messes with me.
Are you really that big of a deal? I've never heard about you before. Then again, I haven't lived here for that long. This isn't my hometown, so I don't know what type of history it has. I don't even have any friends yet. You're the first person I've ever met to make such a big deal about a drink bar service, by the way. What you're asking is petty and not fair. You can't threaten people to get what you want.
What? The way I've been treated so far has not been fair. How long have I been coming to this restaurant? I've been a regular customer here since I was a little girl. Granting me a free drink bar is the least you could do for my long patronage. Heck, if I wasn't the one coming to this restaurant, it would have closed down ages ago. You should be showering me with gifts for my kindness. Especially if you don't want to experience the wrath of Big Betty. You'd be smart to start showing me some respect.
Are you actually proud of that name? It's quite comical, don't you think? Anyway, listen here, Big Betty. Your reputation means nothing to me because I've never heard your name before. I'm not giving you free drinks. You can threaten me as much as you want. I'll contact authorities if I have to.
You know, you really get on my nerves. You know what? I've had enough of talking to you. Just where is the manager of this shoddy shop anyway?
Didn't I tell you today? He's fallen incredibly ill lately and we don't know when he's gonna be back. I'm doing the best I can to manage this place on my own.
Yeah, well, you know what? When he finally does come back, you can ask him about who I am. When he realizes he got on the bad side of Big Betty, he'll know what's coming to him. He won't give it a second thought in granting me my free drink bar. Don't be surprised if he fires you out of fear for what'll happen to him.
Yes. Okay then. If it strokes your ego and puts you in a good mood, I'll do it. Just so you know, we happen to talk about people in the town often and I've never heard your name once.
We'll see about that, won't we? You're gonna regret the way you've talked to me, Missy. When I come back, I want my drinks to be ready. You better watch out. I'm coming in today and I'm not in a good mood. I better see those drinks lined up for my selection. Not only that, but because of the rude attitude you gave me last time, I expect my meal to be free today, too.
Let me guess, this must be Big Betty again. Oh boy, here we go. Look, I don't know what type of world you think you're living in, but people don't just get what they want by demanding it. Even if your reputation is as menacing as you say it is, I'm not the type of person to listen to threats.
You really don't get it, do you? Do you have any idea what I could do to you in this second-rate shop? I can absolutely obliterate you. I put businesses in such a condition that they've had to repair it for months. Is that what you want? To be on your hands and knees scrubbing the floor? Don't take standing around here doing nothing for granted. After I'm done with this place, you'll be repairing the shop for months.
Oh, get over yourself. You can't do that much damage to the store without getting caught. If you did anything like that, you'd be in jail for most of your life. Your empty threats don't scare me. Now, if you come in and ask politely, maybe I'll give you the drinks you desire so much for the price we have listed on the menu.
Insolent girl! Don't you dare question my reputation. Just ask the manager yourself. He'll attest to my savagery.
Yeah, about that, I actually had a little talk with him. His reaction when I told him your name might surprise you.
There's not been one display of fear that has surprised me so far. I've seen the whites in people's eyes as they cower in front of me. I am the most horrifying being to stroll upon this earth.
No. Would you believe that the sound of your name put a smile on his face? Looks like he knows who you are. Whatever reputation you have doesn't seem to frighten him.
What? You're bluffing. I know that's not the way people react when they hear about me. I'm Big Betty, for Pete's sake.
You seriously have to stop with that name. It's not as cool as you think. Also, I'm not lying. He was genuinely amused about what I had to tell him. He was laughing the whole time as I was telling him about our interaction and what you were demanding. It got to the point where he was laughing so hard that sound wasn't coming out. I couldn't help but laugh myself.
Right, that's enough. You two have really done it now. How dare you mock me? You've been properly warned on what'll happen to you if you keep sliding me. Now you're gonna get it.
Before you start tooting your own horn, do you have any idea who my manager is? He has a reputation himself, apparently.
Don't know, don't care. He's probably just some lazy nobody.
Oh yeah? Have you by some chance heard of the name Mighty Mike before?
Mighty Mike? What a suitable name for a loser working there. Wait. Mighty Mike? Don't tell me that's your actual boss.
Well, he doesn't go by Mighty Mike anymore. We just call him Michael here. So you do know about him. I'll assume you'll stop bothering us about this nonsense over the drink bar. You don't want to disrespect someone who's that respected in this community.
Respected? That guy is more than just respected. He's like an old folktale at this point. His tales of brutality used to keep me up at night. I can't imagine someone like that living in this neighborhood. The fact that he still exists is insane. I thought he was just a myth.
His tales of brutality? What are you talking about? He's the nicest guy ever. He's taken a lot of crap from customers, but I haven't seen him lash out once. He's got the coolest temperament I've seen in anyone.
What are you talking about? This guy is a stone-cold fighter. They say he's taken on 50 guys at once. Not only that, he gave them to the count of 30 before he laid a hand on them. That's 30 seconds of getting absolutely trashed from every direction. Do you even understand how insane that is?
I can't even imagine it. Michael is nothing but a ball of positivity. He only lays a hand on people to pat them on the back. You'd really have to tick him off for him to get like that. He hates confrontation.
This is unbelievable. I can't believe who I've been messing with. So what does that make you? Are you his disciple or something?
Geez, no way. I'm just an average girl trying to pay their way through school. I'm only doing this job so I can pay the rent. I have no idea about his legend or whatever. He's just a super nice guy and I like working for him.
Come on, how could you not have heard about him? You've worked there for how long now? The guy has even wrestled with a bear. They say that one day when he was living in the woods, a bear came up and attacked him. He had a knife on him, but he decided to take the bear down with his own hands. With his bare 2 hands. That's savage as.
Okay, I will admit that is an impressive feat, but it still has nothing to do with what I want to do. And to be honest, I think you should check the validity of these stories. I mean, come on, 50 people? He wrestled with a fully grown bear? That's just ridiculous. Sounds like something you'd read in a comic book.
You better be careful what you say about him. You really don't want to get on that guy's bad side. Words can't express how jealous I am of you. That guy has been my idol for my whole life. You should appreciate the position you were in. You should especially keep your mouth shut when you're thinking about disrespecting him. A disciple should have the utmost respect for their master, especially one as cutthroat as that.
I'm not trying to learn anything from the guy. All I do is take people's orders at a register. I couldn't care less about some violent, sadistic guy that instills fear in others. That's a world I don't want to be involved in. But if there's one thing I'm happy for, it's that his past has certainly quieted you down. You're like a scared little mouse now. Why don't you run back home into your hole?
Enough of that. I may not have the courage to face a guy like that, but I have more than enough to face you.
Your bluffing and threats are starting to bore me. You said you're coming in today, right? Maybe we should just get this all over and done with. Come into the store and you can make your demands with my boss. I'm sure Michael would love a chance to finally meet you. I'll have a towel prepared for any potential bloody mess that could occur.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't think I can come in today.
I wonder why that could be. Come on, spit it out. What excuse do you have for me?
Come on, have you even looked outside? The weather is atrocious right now.
Surely you could think of something better than that. You'd better come into the store if you know what's good for you. It's probably the only chance you have to save yourself.
Save myself from what? You just told me that Michael has stopped his violent acts. He's the nicest guy in the world, isn't he?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. We have enough dirt on you to put you away for a long time.
What are you talking about?
It seems you haven't realized, so I have to tell you. Our shop is well equipped with surveillance. There's not much that passes under our nose. We can see everything. It's even equipped with audio.
Yeah, and so what? What does that mean?
It means that all your violent, aggressive, and disgusting behavior has been caught on camera. We have a long log of you coming into the store and insulting me. Not only that, but there's something we haven't talked about. You actually broke our drink dispenser, didn't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Stop making lies.
I'm sorry, but that's not going to help you if we have it on camera too. That's an even more hefty crime than just insulting me. You should have thought twice before you did that. And then on top of it all, we have our WhatsApp conversations. All your vile threats toward me have been saved on this phone. I can go to the police anytime I want. So what are you going to do?
Stop. You're taking this way too far. Of course, I had my own legend of being a terrifying entity that people didn't want to cross paths with. But I'm not that type of person now. I wasn't serious when I said all those things. I'm just a normal girl like you working a normal job. You don't have to do this. If you take this too far, I'm gonna lose my own job.
Look at you now. You grow smaller and smaller by the minute. I couldn't care less about you losing your own job. You're nothing to me. The moment I got you trapped in a corner, you start begging for forgiveness. It's quite pathetic, actually. Just so you know, your hero, Mighty Mike, has seen all of this. He knows every single thing that you've said to me, and he is not in a good mood.
No way! How could you do this? I don't care what you say about Mighty Mike. He might actually come after me now. Come on, have a little bit of mercy. There must be something you like about me. I'm a fellow human, for Pete's sake.
There's not even a glimmer of one thing that I like about you. Just saying your name, Big Betty, leaves a sour taste in my mouth.
Come on, I'll do anything. I'll even paint the store for you if you want. I'm giving you my genuine apology.
Is this actually happening right now? All that talk of damaging us so much that you put us out of business and now you want to help us? I'm actually getting a little amused from this. What else can you offer us?
Sorry, just forget it. I know no matter what I say, you're just gonna make fun of me for it. You are really a cruel person, you know that? They were just words. You don't have to make a big deal about it.
If you think I'm cruel, wait till you hear what Michael said. When he heard that you wanted to destroy his store, he said he would destroy you first. I guess you should know your enemies before you try and pick a fight with them, especially when it's over something as petty as a drink bar. Now come down to the store if you want a chance of saving yourself. Big Betty never came in that day. She was probably too terrified to look Michael in the eyes and apologize. I'm not sure what type of fantasies she's had about him her whole life, but I can imagine her sitting in the corner of her room shivering at the thought of him. She probably thought that he'd come in and kick down her door at any moment. Despite what she said about Michael, I can't imagine him doing anything violent. Thankfully, with everything we'd amassed on Big Betty, we didn't have to go so far as to confront her. The police were able to kick down the door on our part. According to the police reports, she managed to escape a court hearing after wailing about how someone like her wouldn't last a day in prison. I guess all that talk about being a terrifying entity was all a lie. I knew from the very beginning that she wasn't the type of person to be scared of. But I wouldn't say it was a happy ending for her. We still managed to press charges for the amount of time she threatened me, as well as the damages she did to the store. On top of that, her company caught wind of her disgusting behavior outside of the workplace. In fact, word quickly spread throughout the town of what happened at our store. I'm sure the company didn't want to be linked to someone like that and fired her immediately. She's probably out there somewhere living in a cardboard box, scraping pennies off the pavement. I'd feel sorry for her if I didn't know how vile she is. As for our store, everything has gone back to normal. With one abusive customer out of the way, I've been able to keep up my spirits for the rest of the people that come here. My manager, Michael, is also in the same type of mood. He said it was an interesting experience because she brought up memories of the old days. He confirmed all the stories with me. I guess it was true that he did wrestle with the bear and actually fought off 50 people. He then told me he'd rather have another encounter with Big Betty than go back to those days. He's completely past the life of a bad boy. So now our little store is enjoying its nice little time of peace. Having a stable and relaxing job is quite beneficial for my studies. When I finish my studies and I'm finally out there in the real world, I hope I never come across someone like Big Betty again.
Have a sip of your iced latte. It's really refreshing in this hot weather. It's nice to be able to sit back, relax, and just breathe for a second after all of that chaos. Ah, you're so right. The coffee really is nice and refreshing. It goes down like a treat in this heat. You've been rushed off your feet lately, haven't you? I really have. It was really chaotic having everyone gathered in one place, and I found it quite overwhelming. You should have seen how things were before my brother got married. We used to have way more family events than this. Oh, really? Are you saying there was a time when there were even bigger, more frequent family gatherings? My grandma doesn't want to put any pressure on the new additions to the family. I think that's why. So it's been around 5 years since we've had the big, frequent events like before. It was around 5 years ago that my brother married Jessie. Ah, I see. So they don't want to put any pressure on the new women marrying into the family? Yeah, I think that's what it is. But before that, there were family parties at the drop of a hat. All my sister's kids would have these lavish birthday parties thrown for them, even when they were too young to remember them. We even had parties for when my brothers-in-law got promoted at work. You're talking as if it's a bad thing to have celebrations and then going to them is a chore. I think it's lovely that your family is always celebrating the little things. I never said it was bad. It's just a little tough on the women in the family because you guys are the ones who do all the cooking and decorating. Though I guess my sisters don't really mind, since it's their family's events that are being celebrated. You and Jessie are the only outside women in that sense. I suppose you're right. Even my younger sister, who makes a big fuss about being independent from the rest of the family, only lives 10 minutes away and still comes to visit often. I just want to live a quiet life for once. Still, it sounds like fun. I guess it can be fun at times. But is it really fun for you having to prepare food and decorations for a party for someone else's family? My female friends say that dealing with in-laws is 100 times harder for women than it is for men.
Oh no, I'm actually really jealous of you having a big, noisy family. My parents divorced when I was little, so it's just been me and my mom in our house for pretty much as long as I can remember. And I was often alone because my mom was really busy with work, trying to make sure she had enough money to provide for me. It felt like I spent most of my time sitting at home by myself whilst she drifted in and out occasionally. Waiting for her became my norm. She often had to work over Christmas and Thanksgiving as well. You've never experienced that kind of loneliness, so you couldn't possibly know how it feels to only have the wind as a companion. Even though we ended up being fairly well off financially due to my mom putting in so many hours at work.
I know. Our family had hard times as well.
Why do you keep coughing? Have you caught a cold or something?
There's something that I haven't told you.
What? Don't tell me you have a secret child hidden away somewhere or something like that.
Of course not. Why would you jump to such a wild conclusion like that? It's about Jessie.
What about her?
Well, you know she and my brother have a daughter, right?
Yes, I know.
Well, they've only been married for 5 years, right? Have you never thought that their daughter seems a little too big to be 5 years old? Did you never think it was strange?
I did think it was a little strange, to be honest.
Well, my brother is actually Jessie's second husband, and their daughter is Jessie's daughter from her previous marriage. They got married pretty much straight after her divorce from her first husband, and my brother took in her daughter and raised her as his own. There was probably a little overlap between my brother's relationship with Jessie and her previous relationship, but we try not to talk about that.
Oh, I see. That is a rather unconventional situation. Good on him, though, for stepping up. I'm sure your grandma and your older sisters weren't too happy about that marriage.
On the contrary, my grandma actually pushed for their marriage to happen.
Oh, really? That's unexpected.
You may have noticed that my grandma has a very strong influence on family matters.
Still, I had your family down as quite conservative, so I'm a little taken aback by the whole situation. Though I suppose these days most parents and grandparents can be won over if their children or grandchildren are persistent enough.
You are right about that.
But your brother is quite the catch. He went to an Ivy League university, he has a top job in finance, and his salary is above average. He could have secured himself a very advantageous marriage match indeed. But I guess your family puts love before everything else, which is really beautiful and quite rare in a society where we're surrounded by more conservative people. All of your family can be considered pretty good catches, to be honest.
I really wouldn't say that. My sisters aren't really all that.
How can you talk badly about your sisters like that?
I think my sisters look good because they're always pandering to my grandma and her traditional mindset. But to be honest, they're pretty ordinary. Actually, I would say that my sisters aren't even ordinary. They're just kind of meh.
Ah, okay. I see.
Aren't you going to need to seriously reconsider this marriage? Surely all this gathering is going to end up being too much for you. And having all of your husband's family living nearby must be a little suffocating from time to time.
My mom said exactly the same thing to me. It makes me a little upset that this is how you all think. But on the other hand, if both my family and my friends are saying it, then maybe I should start to rethink things a little. I was hoping you would have something more encouraging to say, since you've been dealing with your in-laws for way longer than I've been dealing with mine.
As you know, my family all have a every man for themselves attitude.
I suppose you do. I've never heard you say you're going to spend a weekend or a holiday with your family before.
Exactly. So when I got married and my husband started dragging me to this family event or that family event with my in-laws, I found it really exhausting.
You have no idea how lucky you are to have such great in-laws. Do you know how rare it is to have a mother-in-law who even goes out of her way to get laxatives for her daughter-in-law's severe constipation?
Do you have any idea how much it stresses me out when she acts like that?
Is that not a good thing? I think it's really nice of her to have been thinking of you like that.
Well, I think the opposite. For example, imagine someone who grew up in a warm and cheerful family all their life, but after getting married, their partner's family is reserved, doesn't show affection, and doesn't make an effort to connect. That can be really stressful too, and would probably leave the person from the cheerful family feeling like they had done something wrong. Right? I suppose so. Though I would think that they would feel lonely more than anything. The situation is exactly the same in reverse. Whether they felt lonely or not, a person's personality is shaped during childhood and isn't something that can be easily changed. I live very freely in a family where everyone fended for themselves. But with my in-laws, it's totally different. They're always making a fuss over me, and although my husband's parents and my sisters-in-law are all very nice, well-meaning people, they can be a little too much at times. I think they should learn to respect my boundaries a little more. I suppose it can be hard to get along all the time if your energies don't really match. But still, they never do anything to hurt your feelings or anything like that, do they? The problem is that they're too nice all the time. Sometimes their acts of kindness can be a little invasive, and if I reject them, they get upset about it. I feel like it's normal for in-laws to only talk to each other every so often. That's how it should be. They shouldn't be in each other's faces all the time. I suppose you're right there. So you shouldn't be relying so much on your grandmother-in-law, okay? It's best to keep your distance from her and all your in-laws. Well, it's true that my grandmother-in-law has a bit of a prickly personality, but I think the fact that she gave her blessing for my brother-in-law to marry a divorcee with a child just goes to show how open and forgiving she and the rest of the family are. So I'm choosing to believe in their kindness and openness. But what does your brother-in-law's marriage have to do with you? Your brother-in-law's divorcee wife being welcomed into the family and your life are two completely separate issues. I think that this whole situation is a ticking time bomb. What on earth do you mean by that? I have a feeling that a lot of responsibilities are going to be thrown at you. If you let your guard down and start thinking they're nice, that's when they'll start taking advantage of you. If they've gone easy on the younger daughter-in-law, I feel like that means there's probably something worse in store for you, as the older daughter-in-law. And didn't you say that your sisters-in-law all live really close by? Surely that means that they go to their mom's house often. So whenever you go to visit your mother-in-law, you will be visiting your sisters-in-law as well. And who do you think they're going to want to clean the mess up afterwards? I suppose I might end up living like you. And do you think I'm living a comfortable life right now? I'm sorry to have to say this, but your in-laws aren't exactly the most well-off family in the world, are they? And you said that your sisters-in-law are all in pretty much the same situation, right? Yeah, I guess you could say that they are. Even if the in-laws are well off, it's still awkward dealing with them. And when everyone is in a similarly modest family situation, the slightly better off couple ends up bearing the brunt of things and everything gets even more complicated. I suppose that's how it should be, I guess. The sibling with more money should be using their money to help out their other siblings, right? You're right, it's a lovely idea. But I think it's better if each sibling is considerate of the others and manages things as tactfully as possible. That way you can avoid awkward problems. Anyway, you need to realize that no daughter-in-law ever gets given an easy time by her in-laws. You need to wake up from your delusions. If you live nearby to each other, there's a 95% chance that they are not going to give you a minute's peace. Be prepared for a hard time. You already go through enough at work on the weekdays. The last thing you want is to have to be putting in the effort to please your in-laws over the weekend. But my brother-in-law's wife seems to have a pretty easy time. It doesn't seem like anybody makes her do anything. Oh, really? Well, if that is the case, then I suppose there is still hope for you. You don't want them to be interfering with your life too much. Anyway, all this conversation has done is made me more resolved in my conclusion that in-laws bring nothing but trouble. What are you doing, honey? What does it look like I'm doing? I'm making some arancini. What are you going to do with this rice? I'm going to cover it in breadcrumbs. That's how you make arancini, you know? You're making it from scratch? Yes, I am making it from scratch. And why are you making so much? I'm making some for your sister, her husband, and her kids as well. For April? Yes, as it's her birthday on Sunday. Your mom said we were all going to her house to celebrate. Oh, really? Have they started with the parties again already? I'm not really sure. All I know is that we're supposed to be going to your mom's this Sunday. I suppose we could have said that we're not going if you really didn't want to go, but I felt bad because I know that things aren't going great for April and her husband at the moment. Yeah, both of my brothers-in-law are small business owners, so they're still feeling the effects of all the money they lost during COVID. It's a miracle that neither of them went out of business, to be honest. So that's why I thought it would be nice for us to show up and do something for them. But that doesn't explain why you're cooking for her now, does it? Today is Friday. Why are you doing it so far ahead of time? Well, I figured things would be too hectic on the day, so I thought it would be nice to give her something in advance. Even so, there's no need to go slaving away making something like this from scratch. Because there's no way the frozen stuff you get at the supermarket could possibly compare to something homemade. Don't you agree? And besides, I remember that April said she really likes arancini, so I think it's worth going to the effort. But it takes a lot of time and effort. You really don't need to go this far just for my sister and her family. The kids are little anyway, and they won't appreciate the lengths you've gone to in order to make this for them. I think that if you're going to do something, you may as well do it properly. This is the first party I'm going to be attending since we got married. Even though I went to one whilst we were still engaged, I feel like this is different, more official somehow. I want to make a good impression on your family. You really don't need to. I'm sure they already love you just as much as I do already. I just want them to have the best of the best, that's all. I suppose you are always going out of your way to make sure what I eat is tasty and healthy as well. Yes, nutrition is really important, you know? April's kids will be sharing this with her, and I don't want to be giving them stuff from the supermarket with preservatives and other unhealthy things in them. Thank you so much for being so considerate, honey. If you're that grateful, would you mind vacuuming the house for me? Yeah, of course. Anything for you. Oh, and by the way... What is it? It's about Jessie. It's really frustrating that she just sits there and doesn't say anything every time the family gets together. It's like she might as well not be there. She's a total wallflower. Sometimes I walk straight into her because I forget that she's even there. As far as I know, she's always been like that. I guess she's just a little shy or introverted. I've literally never heard her talk. Not even once. I'm not even kidding when I tell you that I don't even know what her voice sounds like. Just leave her be. People are all different. Maybe she's more comfortable with silence. I wouldn't worry too much about it, and I wouldn't try and push her to talk more if that isn't what she wants. All right. I'm not quite dying yet. I know my time is just around the corner, but it's not like I'm lying on my deathbed this very instant. There's no need to crowd around and ogle me like that as if your priest's here to do the last rites. Oh, come on, Grandma. You love all of the attention, really, don't you? I don't see why you all have to ensconce yourselves in here and make it so you can hardly move without bumping into somebody. Now, Grandma, stop talking as if you're going to leave us soon. You're going to live to 100. I just know it. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you turn out to actually be immortal. You're not a vampire, are you? Honestly, you're really getting on my nerves here. Get out of my face already! And let me tell you, girl, there's nothing worse than living a long life. There's nothing that makes you feel worthless like getting old. Immortality would be a curse rather than a blessing. I'm going to hurry up and die. I'm sure that will be much more comfortable for you all as well. So don't pretend that you want me to cling on for dear life. You shouldn't talk too much. It's difficult for you. Hurry up and see if the herbal medicine I have brewed is ready yet. And what are you going to do with that? What do you think I'm going to do? Bathe my feet in it? I'm going to drink it, of course. But Grandma, you said that you wanted to pass away quickly, didn't you? Then what are you doing taking medicine? If you want to hasten things along, you shouldn't be bothering with the medicine, should you? Let the universe take its natural course and claim you at your true time. Honestly, I don't know what to do with this girl. It's really nice to see all of her grandchildren gathering around her. When you're unwell, having everyone come to check on you shows how wonderful family is. This is exactly the big family solidarity I always dreamed of experiencing whilst growing up as an only child. I don't
don't see why we should be making a fuss about Thanksgiving this year when Grandma is bedbound and slowly dying. I think that we should just order some takeout and not bother with the whole turkey dinner thing.
You can't just say that. If we want to buy enough food to feed the whole extended family, it's going to be very expensive.
How expensive can it be?
If you're not going to be paying for it all yourself, you should keep your mouth shut. It really isn't a feasible option at all.
But April, Grandma is really sick. How can we be celebrating?
Well, some things just can't be helped. And besides, it's not like we have to host Thanksgiving here anyway, is it? Don't you agree, Autumn?
Well, yes, I suppose you're right. You can do it anywhere, really.
I like your attitude. I like how you agree with everything I say.
I just think it's nice to have everyone gathered together.
Look, June, even Autumn agrees with me. Are you still going to stubbornly oppose it? Autumn is at home full-time at the moment, and so am I. So we can take the lead and get everything done in time.
April, I really think it's about time we stopped being so obsessed with tradition. It probably puts a lot of pressure on Autumn and Jessie as well.
I don't know why you're suddenly so against family celebrations all of a sudden. Do you really hate everyone gathering together and having a good time that much?
But didn't Grandma say that she didn't want us to have any more gatherings?
Well, she's ill, so she doesn't have to participate in them herself.
It's precisely because she's ill that we should listen to her and respect her wishes.
It's not like I'm requesting anything unreasonable. I'm just saying we should continue doing Thanksgiving as always with all the pomp and festivity.
And I'm just saying that it's about time we stop forcing this culture of family gathering together at every opportunity just because it's what we've always done. People don't always enjoy it, you know.
What else is family for? Family is for gathering together, to eat and chat and celebrate together.
I don't know what exactly your idea of the concept of family is, but family doesn't try and force a celebration when an elder relative is sick. And family doesn't try and force the newly married and sister-in-law to take on the burden of all the preparations.
Why are you always acting so high and mighty? Fine, you're not invited to Thanksgiving this year then. I really don't see how it's worth making such a huge fuss over.
You said yourself that you're expecting Autumn to take responsibility. You always said that you didn't want your in-laws bossing you around, and you're already on the road to becoming the kind of sister-in-law that you yourself would hate to have.
What did you just say?
I don't know what kind of soap operas you've been watching to get your ideas from, but I really don't understand how you can decide to take on the role of troublesome in-law when even Mom isn't trying anything.
Why is she acting like that? I've never seen such a peculiar sister-in-law before. Oh, and now I come to think of it, it was basically as if Jessie wasn't here again today. Autumn! Autumn! I need to know your opinion on this.
Oh, well... April, even if you ask Autumn for her opinion, what do you think she's going to say in this situation? Do you think she'll be freely able to speak her mind after you've backed her into a corner?
I really don't know what you're talking about. Surely Autumn's opinion should be the most important here, don't you agree?
Just stop talking already. You're not doing her any favors.
Come on, Autumn. Tell us what you think. Why would there be any reason that you would feel uncomfortable sharing your thoughts with us? We're all family here, aren't we? Hi, June.
Hi, Autumn. Are you all done with work?
Yes, but may I ask why you wanted to meet up with me today? You even went to the trouble to come and meet me right by my office, so I figured it must be something important.
It's not too important.
I feel like it probably is.
Well, it's just that there's something I wanted to talk to you about.
If you like, we can go and get something to eat after finishing this coffee. It's on me.
Oh no, it should be on me since I'm the one who invited you out today. Also, I won't stay out for dinner. I'll just say what I need to say whilst I drink my tea, and then we can both head home for dinner. You must be tired after work, and I'm sure you don't want to be staying out all night as well.
It's fine.
I don't know why you're laughing. I didn't say anything funny. Is it really such a big deal that I asked you to meet me for coffee today?
It's just that... Oh, never mind. So, what was it you wanted to say to me?
Well, the thing is...
Yes?
I think you should stop making an effort with my family.
Sorry? Did I hear you right? What exactly do you mean by that?
I can see how hard you're trying to go out of your way, you know. I know that you grew up without siblings, and that it was always just you and your mom, and I heard that you like having these big, chaotic family events. But please don't carry on putting as much effort in as you were putting before.
June.
You don't know, do you? That my older sisters don't like you.
They don't like me?
I'm telling you this knowing I'm risking becoming a whistleblower. I don't have any intention of getting married, but if by some chance I do get married one day, I would be quaking in my boots if I had sisters-in-law like my older sisters. And this is why I've come to talk to you today.
Just give me a second to process everything you're saying here.
My sisters are always talking badly about you behind your back.
That can't be true. They're always smiling to my face and they're always so nice to me. Have I done something wrong, June? Is there anything you think I've done wrong? I'm just so taken aback by this.
It's only natural that you would be taken aback.
I've been going out of my way to make sure I do everything right. Have I made some kind of mistake?
Yes, you have made a mistake.
I have. Can you please tell me what it is that I've done wrong? All I've been doing is trying my best to get along with everyone in your family.
And that's exactly where you've slipped up. What sister-in-law or mother-in-law wants to go out of their way to get along well with their daughter-in-law or sister-in-law? Most are likely to see them as a family slave. Probably only 1% of mother-daughter-in-law or sister-sister-in-law relationships actually go well. And the way my sisters have been acting has only proved me right.
Even so, I can't believe that's it. There must be something else. There must be some other kind of mistake I've made. If you think there is, then you can tell me, you know? You said they were even saying bad things about me.
They said that you're too interfering.
I'm too interfering?
Like I said, trying too hard to get along well with everyone is the exact reason why they don't like you. Why are you going to so much effort? Both of my sisters think that you're a pushover and a doormat, you know.
They do?
Yep. They called you both of those things. And they said even more things as well.
Listen.
Look, I know that you might want to shoot the messenger after hearing me say these things, and I know that I shouldn't get caught in the middle. But I thought that you really needed to know what was going on here. They really do think of you as the meddling interference.
I can't believe it.
They said, who does she think she is? Some kind of domestic goddess? It's not like we're that close or that we've known each other for that long or anything. Why does she have to come bragging about her homemade from scratch arancini that she made sure were nutritious for the kids? She could easily have just bought some from the supermarket and they would have tasted the same. That was so unnecessary. She just wanted to show off and look good in front of her husband.
I see. So, that's what they think.
That's all they were saying after you left home that day.
After hearing that they would say those things about me, I'm just so shocked and taken aback that I can't stop my hands from shaking.
I just knew that my sisters were going to be the sisters-in-law from hell. They are the worst-case scenario.
But wouldn't the worst-case scenario be when the in-laws are eager to make life miserable for the daughter-in-law and give her a hard time?
They are doing exactly that. They're just doing it subtly. They don't want you to know that they're intentionally giving you a hard time, so they're hiding behind fake smiles and empty pleasantries, all the while taking everything you're willing to offer without giving anything back in return. And all the while, behind your back, they're laughing at you and insulting you. They want to keep things like this so that you'll fall further and further into the trap of doing everything for them.
I had no idea.
And that's why I'm here today. My family are all pretty much like that, you know. And they may keep their snide comments to themselves for now, but all it would take is one little mistake later down the line to make them blow up on you and start cursing you out to your face. You don't deserve to hear those kinds of things said about you, and certainly not to you. Knowing that they're like that, do you really have any motivation to be good to my family anymore? You're not my family's slave, but at this rate, that's what you're on track to become. If you keep going out of your way to look good in their eyes, they're just going to end up sucking the life out of you.
The only reason I went out of my way to be nice was so that we would all think nice things about each other and then we would all get along.
What's the point in getting on well with your sisters-in-law, who aren't even related to you by blood? What do you gain from them saying nice things about you? You're going to have a baby one day, aren't you? You might have a daughter, right? For the sake of your future daughters, don't keep going down this path.
I really haven't been married for that long. I thought I was doing a great job of building a good relationship with your mom and sisters. I had no idea that this shock was waiting for me around the corner.
Of course, it would be great to have nice sisters-in-law and have a good relationship with them. But ultimately, those kinds of relationships are impossible. Because in-laws are destined to never get along. The best thing you can do, as a daughter-in-law, sister-in-law, and as a woman, is to confidently show them that you're doing well in life. If they're going to say bad things about you, let them. Only then will you be able to get out of this situation with them.
I'm still reeling from all this. You seem to get on well with them just fine, though.
Well, yeah, they're my sisters, so I feel like the relationship dynamic between me and them is very different. But you were raised lovingly and painstakingly by a single mom. It would be an insult to her to know that her precious daughter is being taken advantage of by nasty women like my sisters. And didn't you notice that it was me and you who ended up paying for everything for the Thanksgiving dinner? All my sisters paid for were the vegetables, which are the cheapest things.
You're right. We really did contribute way more to Thanksgiving than they did.
And do you know what they said after you had bought all of that stuff? They said, if she was buying all of that anyway, she might as well have bought the vegetables too. How stingy of her.
I spent hundreds of dollars on making that meal perfect.
So I'm telling you that being the person who is obviously going to step up and do stuff for the family is not necessarily a good thing. These people don't know how to be grateful. They'll just keep seeing how much more they can get out of you.
Then what do you think I should do in this situation, June?
Become invisible.
Become invisible? What do you mean by that?
Just think of Jessie. It always feels like she isn't actually there at any family gatherings, doesn't it?
I found out about this later, but the reason that my brother-in-law's wife, Jessie, never opened her mouth at any family gatherings and tried her best to seem invisible was partly because she was ashamed about being a divorcee with a child, but it was also her way of dealing with our in-laws. Because this was her second marriage, her self-preservation instinct was probably much stronger than mine. I was enlightened on all of this thanks to my husband's younger sister, who is studying feminist theory and is committed to staying single. Life is so cruel, is it not? It seems like just yesterday that she was sat in that armchair berating us all. I can't believe she was taken away from us all of a sudden like that. Well, it's a comfort at least to know that she just slipped away in her sleep.
It is sad and everything, but we can't live in mourning forever. You've been through a lot since you joined the family, Autumn. It's nice that all the men are out fishing today, isn't it, Mom? We don't need to worry about making lunch for them or anything like that.
How can you be blabbering on about how nice things are when we just lost your grandmother?
Do we really have to constantly be depressed because Grandma died?
What's the matter, Autumn? Got a frog in your throat? No, it's just that I have something to say to you all. Well, go on then. Noelle, since Julian and I got married, we have come to have dinner here with you around twice a month. So what? And because everyone in the family lives nearby, there's always some kind of family event being celebrated together. Those kinds of family gatherings also seem to happen around twice a month on average. Our family has always been like that. But you knew that before you married my son, didn't you? Yes, I did know that before I married your son. However, since we always have these events at your house, I think we should choose who does the cooking and decorating, etc. on a rotational basis. Autumn? Yes? You really are cracking me up here. You haven't even been married to my brother for a year yet. Well, the thing is, sure, there might be different expectations for the eldest daughter-in-law, but why is she speaking up about something the younger sister-in-law, who has been married for 5 years, is quietly handling? Jessie, who has been married to our youngest brother for 5 years now, remains silent. Well, it's true that she isn't in a position to speak up even if she wanted to.
April!
What is it?
Why would you even say something like that? What are you trying to achieve here?
How dare you interrupt me like that? Anyway, the problem here is that Autumn, who hasn't even been married into the family for a year, thinks that she can suddenly start saying whatever she wants.
April?
Yes, Autumn.
Are you not going to let me finish? You didn't even know what I was going to say in the end.
Isn't your point that you want to get out of doing any work at family gatherings?
No, that's not it at all. Will you please actually listen to me this time? I know that I could never suggest putting a stop to the family events, but I was thinking that maybe we could decide the dates for them in advance, preferably on the weekend. I just thought that it would be better to plan ahead. Also, I was thinking that we could change the venue of the gatherings each time. One day it could be here, another day at each of your houses, and another day at mine or Jesse's house.
You do realize that you're crossing a line here, Autumn.
And why exactly am I crossing a line? I'm just saying let's not limit ourselves to doing it here, and that we should make use of everyone's houses for these family gatherings. I'm saying that we should share the burden. That way it will feel like it's not always me and Jesse organizing the events.
So what you're saying essentially is that if we hold an event at my house, I will be responsible for buying the ingredients for the food and for preparing it?
Yes, of course that would be the case. But if you don't want to cook, you could always pay for us to go to a restaurant or order takeout instead. Or we could even make a communal bank account and put aside money each month towards family events. What do you all think about that idea?
I can't believe I'm hearing this right now. Like they say, a rolling stone dislodges a settled one. How dare you try to change the family traditions we've maintained so well together all this time?
Well, it's just because if I remember rightly, you said that my opinion was important when it comes to family gatherings. I'm just giving my opinion, which you claim to value. And since your dear grandmother has passed away, there have been a lot of expenses for you to contend with the funeral and everything, which means that Jesse and I have been paying everything towards the family gatherings.
I don't know what makes you feel like you can act all entitled. What have you done that was such a great contribution to our family, huh?
Does it really matter how long I've been in the family or how much of a contribution you think I've made? Honestly, trying to keep up with those kinds of things is exhausting. All I'm saying is that we should all equally share the burden of paying for and organizing family parties. Honestly, I don't really understand any of you. It isn't normal to think of each other as family. You are not each other's family.
Will you just be quiet?
No, I will not be quiet. We are your family, April, whether you like it or not. Am I not allowed to state my opinion? You are so exhausting. You use the word family as an excuse to make Autumn go and slave away in the kitchen, but when it comes to important decisions that require careful discussion, you don't even listen and just talk about the rolling stone dislodging the settled one. If she raises her voice, she becomes the villain in this situation. As someone committed to staying single, this is really stressing me out. I never asked to be caught in the middle of all of this.
Autumn?
Yes, Noelle?
Even if we do host at other people's houses occasionally, that still doesn't mean that the people who aren't hosting won't be needed to help out with this or that. Don't you think it's just better to carry on the way things were and keep holding the family gatherings here at my house? It's not like your sisters-in-law don't help you out, is it?
But whether they help out or not isn't actually the main problem here. Jesse and I are the ones who keep getting forced to take responsibility. And I really don't want to say this, but we also need to take the expenses of everything into account. It's been a little too much to bear since your mother-in-law passed away.
And do you think that your sisters-in-law are not going through a hard time with money right now?
What I'm saying is that I'm sick and tired of having to pay for everything because I'm the in-law to all of you.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no division here. We're all just one big happy family. I don't see any difference between you and Jessie and my real daughters. You're all equals in my mind, so I have no idea what you're getting so upset about.
Even if you say that you think we're the same, that's simply just not the case. This is why I'm saying that I think it would be best for us all to share the burden. This is why I'm saying that we all take it in turns to be the host.
How can you expect us to do that when we're supposed to be comfortable during our own family events?
I think you've been kept comfortable enough all this time.
Will you just stop piping up? You're so annoying.
Mom, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Do you really see everyone as equals? Us, your biological daughters. And both Jessie and Autumn?
Yes, of course I do. There's no such thing as a hierarchy within a family anymore. You need to welcome your sons and daughters-in-law as if they are your very own children.
Mom,
What now?
so if Autumn and Jessie came here and took naps in the middle of preparing food, or spent the whole time on the phone with their friends, or took food from the fridge whenever it suited them, would you be happy to just let all that slide?
Well, that's...
But when April and May come over, you always make a huge fuss over them and make sure they always get their favorite foods, don't you? Even though the behavior I just described is what they do, not what Autumn and Jessie do.
What are you even saying?
But if Autumn and Jessie came around and acted like April and May do, you would freak out, wouldn't you?
Well, that's not...
Let's just be honest here, Mom. There's no way that you see your daughters-in-law as your own daughters. And that's okay. But the right thing to do is to treat your daughters as your daughters and treat your daughters-in-law politely, as if they are your guests. That's how most mothers-in-law behave these days. But you're willing to treat your daughters-in-law like slaves whilst your own daughters lounge around doing nothing. I really don't know why everyone in this family is choosing to act like this. Long gone are the days when mothers-in-law could treat their daughters-in-law like slaves.
I have never once treated your sisters-in-law like slaves. All I've done is ask them to help out occasionally with the cooking for family events.
But the way you've been doing it has seemed a little like you've been treating them as slaves. Even today, take a look around at the scene right in front of you. Your daughters are lounging around eating fruit and Jessie is the one who peeled it for them. We really need to step into the 21st century and away from whatever values you're still hung up on.
My suggestion to either rotate hosting family gatherings at each other's homes or dine out was accepted. In the end, we decided to eat out and take turns paying for the meals. What I felt strongly during that conversation was that my youngest sister-in-law's advice to me was absolutely right. In fact, what hurt me the most when she came to talk to me that day in the coffee shop was that my genuine feelings weren't accepted by my in-laws. When I got married to my husband, I expected to be accepted as a member of his family, and I was excited to finally be part of a big family, which is something I didn't experience growing up. I had really believed that the more effort I put in, the more inclined they would be to accept me. But I was terribly wrong. Honey? Yes, what is it? Why did you pay for the family dinner out again today? I got my bonus this month, so I felt that it was only fair that I treated everyone. Do you realize that this is the 6th time you've paid for everyone's meals since we started doing this, right? Well, I'm the most financially well-off out of all my siblings, so it makes sense that I should pay more often. And besides, my brother did pay once. Well, I suppose you could justify it by saying that you and your brother are the most financially stable ones, and your sister's husbands are struggling with their businesses right now, but I still don't think it's right that your sister should use this as an excuse to take advantage of you. Please, let's not do this. We had ribs today, so the total only came to around $500. There's no need to make a big fuss over this. Only $500? And anyway, these family gatherings only happen once or twice a month. It doesn't matter whether they happen once a month or once a year. We agreed that we would all take turns paying. So why are you always the only one who pays? Like I said, I'm the one with the most money. Please stop this now. You're putting me in a bad mood. It's not like I blew all this money drinking with my friends or anything like that. All I've done is treat my family to a few meals out. Is that really so bad? What's gotten into you? Well, from my point of view, even if there is one sibling who earns more money than the rest, that really isn't an excuse to keep leeching off them. But both of you are the problem here. You're the problem for continuing to pay without complaints and making them think they can get away with pushing the bill on you, and they're the problem for shamelessly sponging free meals off you all the time. How many times did you say I've been the one to pay again? This is the 6th time now. Do you need me to tell you again? This is the 6th time! It's fine. They're my family. They'll pay me back someday in one way or another. My sisters and their husbands are not selfish, freeloading people. I trust that they will have my back in the future when I need it. Well, I wouldn't be too sure about that. Since I married you and started attending these family gatherings, I've not seen your sisters fork out for a single thing. Well, Even if you don't want to hear it, I'm going to tell you how it is anyway. Your older sisters can be a little too much at times. What do you even mean by too much? It's natural for people in difficult financial situations to lean on more well-off family members. Even so, I really think they're milking it. Your younger sister, who isn't with anyone and therefore doesn't come from a double-income household like your older sisters do, has paid for 2 of these family meals. And it's not just your older sisters and their husbands who she's paying for. It's their kids as well, remember? And she also says that she always pays when she goes out for a coffee with your sisters as well. Don't you think that your older sisters are taking things a bit too far with their freeloading? And do you have any idea how hard it was for me to convince everyone to change the family gatherings into meals out? And do you know why I pushed for it? I pushed for it so that we didn't have to keep paying for all the food for the gatherings and so that Jesse and I didn't have to constantly be slaving away in the kitchen. But we're actually losing more money this way. If my sisters are happy and they thank me for treating them, then that's good enough for me. And it's not like we used your money, is it? It was my money. So please, just stop this now, okay? Oh, so you think your sisters actually feel thankful towards you? I just hate that awkward moment after everyone's finished eating when somebody needs to volunteer to pay. I'd rather just immediately announce that I'm paying and avoid the awkwardness. Isn't it a good thing that the person with the most money is the one to treat everyone? Isn't it a good thing that we are the ones with the most money? No, it's not a good thing at all in my eyes. Why have you changed all of a sudden? Before, you were always eager to do more to look good in front of my family, never satisfied with what you'd already done. Well, that was then and this is now. You see, it's because I got called interfering and meddling for trying to make a good impression on your family. What? They said that I'm a pushover and a doormat. And now you are too by letting them take advantage of your willingness to cover the bill every time we go out together. Listen to me. Spending money on your family like this is pointless and futile. Something that costs $1,000 lasts longer than something that costs $10 because you have to keep replacing it frequently. If you really want to help your family out, why don't you just give them a yearly allowance instead? That way you can regulate what you give them and they can't slip into the take mentality. One thing I've learned from your family is that anything one-sided is never good. There's nothing worse than pouring all of your energy into something only to get completely and utterly rejected. But still, they're my family. Honey, do you know how badly I wanted to make a good impression on your family? Yes, I do know. But that seems to have offended your sisters rather than pleased them. So I'm not going to bother going out of my way anymore, and you shouldn't either. We shouldn't be doing more than the bare minimum for those people. But we should at least pay for the food in situations like this. No, we're spending $500 or more every single time, and they won't even open their wallets to pay for one meal. So give me your card right now. Honey, can't I just keep it and promise you that I won't use it on them? No, you can't. Now give it to me right now whilst I'm still asking nicely. Let go already! Fine, I give up. Did he really say that it's good for the people who earn the most to be the ones to pay all the time? Because we're always the ones to pay every time we go out with his family, they started to take us paying for granted, and they don't even thank us for it now. At this rate, you're going to end up spending money even when you run out of it. You'll be too embarrassed to say anything, and you'll just keep paying, because it will have become a habit by that point. I would understand if you were in the six-figure club, but you're not quite on that level. Right? I really don't understand why he feels the need to keep paying. If I were his siblings and I saw that one of the others kept paying, I would feel bad about it and secretly pay for everyone when nobody was looking or something like that. But my older sisters-in-law would never do something like that, and our situation is just becoming more and more difficult. Again, if it were me, I would feel like I would have paid at least once for the sake of my pride. I wouldn't want to have to keep relying on others. I guess there's nothing else to do but talk to your youngest sister-in-law, the one who seems to have her head screwed on properly. About what? Tell her that you want to make a bank account for all of you to pool money for the family meals out, and try and back your other sisters-in-law into a corner. Shall I do that? Hi, Autumn. Are you busy? No, I'm free right now. What's all this about wanting to make a bank account to pool money for the family meals? June just called me about it.
Yes, just like I suggested before.
You really have gone too far here.
Could I ask you to tell me exactly why it is that you think I've gone too far?
I was taking note that you didn't look too happy at the last few family meals. But don't you dare say that you're unhappy about your husband spending money on his own family.
April, I don't know how I might have come across to you, but whenever I show even the slightest sign of a displeased expression, I'm immediately criticized. Since I know that I'm going to be criticized anyway, no matter what I do, I think it's as good a timing as ever to suggest making a bank account for the family meals. It's the most rational solution.
Rational? But we're family. We don't need to do things the most rational way.
We're only family when it suits you, aren't we?
You really shouldn't talk like that, you know. You've only been married to my brother for a little over a year, and I know that you're going to be the one building a family with him in the future, but we suffered a lot of economic hardships together as a family when we were children. Therefore, you must understand that now my brother is in a position to treat us all. He wants to be doing it all the time.
Aw, that's so beautiful. Siblings overcoming hardships together.
But don't forget that I am your brother's wife.
I tried to do my best to make you like me, but then I was worried that you would call me a pushover, or interfering, or meddlesome, so I stopped. I was too afraid of what you might say about me. So that's why my final solution to all of this is to suggest opening the communal bank account.
Who said you were interfering and meddling?
I just felt like that's something you would have thought about me. That's all.
Oh, someone's been blabbing to her behind my back. Anyway, Autumn, your husband is spending his hard-earned cash on his family, and not on alcohol or other women. Why are you so upset about this? You like spending money on your mom as well, don't you?
Seeing how your family frequently meets up, eats together, and stays in touch with each other, I've decided that I should also keep in reasonable contact with my mom. Sorry, but this is what I decided. So in the end, we made a bank account to pool our money for the family meals out, and we're making sure to split the costs equally from now on. I really did bust a gut trying to get my in-laws to like me, especially as I was very excited to finally be part of a big family with lots of siblings. But then my youngest sister-in-law brought to my attention that all that was doing was getting me talked about behind my back. As she dislikes her family and wanted to trample all over their twisted belief system, I followed all of her advice, and this is where we are now. You could say that she and I have actually become close throughout all of this, funnily enough. I don't meddle, but I also don't do anything that could be criticized. A few days ago, my oldest sister-in-law asked why I had become so passive. I told her again that it felt like I was being too interfering and not receiving any positive feedback, so I thought that it was best to just give up. Nowadays, whenever I attend an event with my in-laws, I just sit quietly in the corner and try my best to blend into the background. I do the bare minimum and that's it. Now I have to see them a little less, and they've stopped calling me to bother me about this or that. Instead, I've left my husband to deal with his own family affairs. I decided that if they weren't going to change, then I would be the one to change. If I was never going to receive any recognition for my efforts, then what was even the point in trying hard in the first place? I decided that I wasn't going to be the daughter-in-law who is nice and polite to all her in-laws because that's what is expected. Instead, I decided to start looking out for myself and not put myself in situations where I was just going to get hurt. I have a motivational poster that I printed out and stuck above my desk so that I can look at it every day. It says, "Live so that you can grow old with no regrets." There are 2 golden rules that I'm planning to adhere to in order to honor this doctrine. 1, I'm going to do the things that I want to do, not the things that other people want to do. 2, I will only say what I need to say, and I'll make sure that I never leave any conversations with lingering frustrations. The reality is that it just takes a single moment for a family to fall apart. But when you say nice things to each other and you actually mean them, then the family bonds will actually become stronger. But if gossip and criticism keep piling up, things will inevitably come to a head someday. Even though you often hear people say that women are good mothers or good wives, sadly you don't hear of good mothers-in-law or good sisters-in-law half as often. I think that just as in-laws have butted heads with each other for centuries in the past,
They will continue to do so for centuries in the future. Perhaps it is destiny that in-laws will almost never get along with each other. And no matter what we do, we may never be able to change that fact of reality.
Hey there, Troy. It's been a while, hasn't it? How have you been lately?
Wait, hold on. Is this Megan? Megan, is that you?
That's right. Yeah. Aw, you still have my number. I hope you've been doing well.
Yeah, I've been fine, I guess. Actually, I deleted your number from my phone, but I'm surprised I still remembered it.
Oh, come on. What kind of way is that to greet your ex-girlfriend, huh? Do you still regret breaking up with me? Actually, don't answer that. I think I already know.
You can't be serious about that, right? Please tell me that's a joke.
I'm not sure if you've already heard the news or not, but I'm going to be getting married soon.
Oh, really? Actually, no. I had no idea about that, but congrats to you, I guess.
Well, thanks. But if I'm being honest with you, I feel like I'm just settling to get married to this guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm making a trade with myself.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I'm just marrying this guy for his money, and that's it. His name is John, and he's 32, so just a few years older than us, but he's also a salesman and makes about $100,000 a year.
Wow. Well, I'm glad that you're marrying a rich man.
I mean, sure, the guy might make a whole bunch of money, but I would say that he's certainly lacking when it comes to the looks department. If I'm being really real with you, he reminds me of a giant frog. To the point where, just between you and me, when we get intimate, I almost always tell him to turn the lights off so I don't have to see him in bed. You know?
Alright. Is there a point to you sharing all of this information with me?
Of course there is, silly. You see, I realize now that you're the one I really love. I know that we've been broken up for a few years, but I'm always trying to keep up with you on your social media. In fact, I know that you don't make as much as John does, but from what I can tell, you still earn quite a bit, don't you? So I guess you could say that I'm just regretting my choices a little right now.
Are you serious right now? Is that really why you're reaching out to me? I mean, even if I wanted to turn back time and go back to the way that we were before, you're still engaged. I don't know why you even bothered to come to me with this. I mean, you do remember the whole reason we broke up was because you cheated on me, right? And now you come to me the night before your own wedding telling me that you want to get back together? I still remember walking in on you and that other guy in my apartment, just like it was yesterday.
I know, that was just the worst, wasn't it?
I don't know if I would put it like that. It still hurts me a lot.
But I want you to know that I've changed and nothing like that would ever happen again. I swear on my life.
I don't know about this guy that you're with now, except for what you've told me. But if you're coming to me to complain about him, you must have some serious issues with him, and I'm not going to listen to this either.
But I realized how I love you way more than I love him. Why do you think I chose to reach out to you of all people?
You seriously need to get a grip on reality. If this is all that you wanted to talk to me about, then I think that you and I are done here.
Oh, come on. I just want to have a little fun before I'm married forever. Is that really so bad?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean, huh? Are you saying what I think you're saying?
What I'm saying is that I only have one more month until John and I are legally married, but it's not technically cheating if it happens before we're married, right?
I see. So then what exactly is it that you want from me? I still don't get why we're having this conversation.
Oh, come on. Of course you know what I'm talking about. I'm asking you if you want to be my last big bang before I get married.
Oh, is that what you were asking now, huh? Well, yeah, but no. That's stupid, so I think I'll pass.
Wait, what? You're kidding me, right? You really don't want to get back together at all?
You do realize that you're engaged, right? I'm assuming that you even have an engagement ring? Cheating while being engaged is still cheating, and you will pay for it if you get caught.
No, come on. Are you serious? Do you mean like actual money?
Of course, he can probably sue you for all sorts. I mean it both literally and figuratively. Besides, I know what betrayal feels like, and I won't be the cause of one.
Oh, Troy, I guess I should have expected this from you. You've always been such a nice person, you know that? I knew I should have stayed with you. I always knew it. Troy, are you there? Please, you have to help me right now. Pick up the phone. They're after me.
Megan, calm down. What are you talking about? Just what kind of trouble have you managed to get yourself into now?
It's horrible. You have to help me out. I don't know how things came to this.
What's happening? Can you at least fill me in before demanding that I come and help you out?
Well, yesterday John attacked me while I was sleeping in our room.
Really? What do you mean? What did he do?
You're not going to believe this. We turned off the lights to go to bed, and I closed my eyes to sleep, and then all of a sudden I'm being crushed by him.
Wait, so what? So that's what happened?
What do you mean? I was attacked in the middle of the night. John was trying to kill me. Aren't you worried about me at all? I could have died.
Are you kidding me? Is that what you wanted to talk to me about? No, I'm not worried about you. If anything, I'm worried for your husband.
OMG, how can you take his side in this?
I don't really know what you want me to say. It sounds like your husband was trying to sleep with you, and that sounds, pretty normal to me.
No, this is not normal. I can't stand having sex with that ugly pig of a man.
If you really hate being with him that much, then why did you marry him?
We promised each other that we wouldn't ever have sex, and yet here he comes on top of me without even asking me for it.
Wait, I'm sorry. You two said that you would never have sex? So you two haven't even done anything at all?
Well, I told you, didn't I? I said I kept my eyes closed every time.
You're not making any sense at all. Have you two slept together before, or haven't you?
I'm the one who tells him when we're allowed to have sex. That's how it works for us, okay? And I really don't feel like having sex beyond for the sake of having kids. Otherwise, what's the point with someone like him?
Man, I feel really bad for this John guy.
There you go again, taking his side after I tell you how I was almost crushed to death last night. The only person who I can talk to about any of this is you.
Yeah, and I really wish that you would find someone else to talk to about this because I don't want to hear any of it.
Please, I need you to make things right for me, Troy. You're the only one who can.
What in the world are you even saying? You're crazy. You are actually crazy.
That's right. I'm crazy for you. I need you. Tell me where you live and I'll come over right away and show you the best time of your life.
What the hell? I'm never going to give you my address. You really are crazy if you think that ever was going to happen.
But why not? I'm a sexy girl who wants to have sex with you and you're telling me no? Troy, just pick up the phone so we can talk. I just want to hear your voice. Troy, hey. It's been about a month since we last talked, and since then I've tried it with a bunch of different men, but you're still the only one for me.
You tried it with other men? What does that mean?
I mean that I was so eager to get married quickly, but I realized that there was no need to rush into it. So I downloaded some dating apps and talked to a bunch of cute-looking guys on there. I even matched and hooked up with a few of them, but so many of them barely had any money, so I could never think about marrying them. But I will say that it's a great way to pass the time, though.
Right. I'm sorry, but can you please not text me to brag about the affairs that you've been having? I really don't care.
Well, my husband doesn't care, but he's way too stupid to figure this out anyway.
And just what do you mean by that?
I just mean that he's a real idiot. I'm having sex with all these different men, and he doesn't suspect a thing.
I'm sorry, again, what is the point of this conversation, and why are you subjecting me to it?
Oh, come on. I'm trying to tell you that the chances of us getting caught is 0 here.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I really did doubt that, and also, the answer is still no. I don't want to hook up with you or want anything to do with you, Megan. Why didn't you get it?
But why not? I just told you that you and I would never be caught for it. It's a perfect plan.
Your husband might not notice, but even if we did, there's still a chance that someone else might find out. And more importantly, whether we get caught or not, you are still talking about cheating on your husband here. And I am totally against it.
I'm not following you. What's wrong with that?
How many times do I have to tell you that I don't like you in that way? I don't want to talk to you and I never want to see you again.
Oh, come on. You're just playing hard to get. You don't have to lie to me about how badly you want me.
There is no lie. I mean, what about you do you even think there is to like for me at this point?
Well, you said that you still get sad when you think about how we had to break up all those years ago.
I mean that I was sad because it brought back that feeling of betrayal and shock, not because I missed you. And also, I guess I should have told you this earlier, but I already have a girlfriend.
Wait, you can't be serious about that, right?
In fact, I was never replying to you because I liked you or wanted to talk to you. I just wanted to gather some info.
Information on what? Why would you do this to me?
Why are you acting as if I'm the bad person here when you're the one that's sleeping around behind your husband's back?
Whatever, I don't need this, you know. You've really changed since we were together. You know that? You've gotten so mean, and now it's clear that you don't care if you hurt me at all. Is it fun trying to sabotage other people's lives like this, huh? You jerk.
Oh my God, what is wrong with you?
You're just jealous that I'm marrying a rich man while sleeping with whatever man I want.
You think I'm jealous of you? Is that a joke?
A guy like you could never get away with what I'm doing right now. You're the loser who's wasting your life away while I'm living mine up.
You really are too much sometimes. Do you know that? I mean, what do you even think you're doing?
Oh, you can only blame yourself for this now. I've tried to give you a chance. I really did, but you lost it.
You know that you can't keep this up forever, right?
Well, I haven't been caught yet, and I seriously doubt that I will. I'm going to keep having all the fun I want forever, and there is nothing that you can do about it. Troy, are you there? Please, you have to come and save me. It's a giant emergency.
Ugh, gosh, what is it now? Don't tell me that people found out about your affairs already.
They did, yeah, but how did you know that?
Let's just say that I'm psychic. Or maybe I just really know how people work. Who knows?
You were always so smart and perceptive.
Okay.
Please, you have to help me out here. John kicked me out of the house, and none of the guys I've been talking to are getting back to me. I'm worried that my husband found a way to talk to them. You're the only person I have in my life that I can still trust. Please. I mean, you're the only one I'm still talking to. You know that must mean it's fate for us to be together, right? The only thing that I want is you, Troy. I just want you and to be with you forever.
Well, I'm afraid to say that I don't.
Troy, please.
I feel for your husband and I'm taking his side here.
And just what do you mean by that?
Well, I've been talking to him.
Really?
Yep. I'll send you pictures of some of our conversations. Hi there. I'm terribly sorry to message you out of the blue like this, but my name is John. I'm Megan's husband. I have your number because I was going through my wife's phone and I saw that she's been messaging you quite a bit. Oh, wow. John, hi. This is unexpected. Sure. Sorry about that. Okay, well, it's nice to meet you here. What can I do for you? I see that she's already deleted a bunch of messages between you, but the fact is that you've been texting her for quite some time, right? I saw one message when you accused my wife of cheating. Is that really true? Oh wow. I'm not really sure if this is appropriate for me to speak about. Please, Troy, I just want the truth. I can already guess as to what is going on, but I just need to know for sure. Well then, yes, it's true. Your wife really is cheating on you. I see. I was afraid of that. Though I guess from what the texts say, that you're not one of them, right? That's right, but Megan is my ex-girlfriend. The picture is starting to come together now. Well, let me tell you that Megan is cheating on you with multiple men. I knew it was at least a couple, but you're making it sound much worse than that. Well, that's because it is, at least from what I can understand. I see. And do you happen to know who any of these men are? That I have no idea about. Okay, I understand. Thank you. Of course, I'm sorry that you're going through all of this right now. Can I ask what you're going to do about it? Well, I know that Megan and I just got married, but I honestly don't know how much more of this I can take. She only seems to be interested in me for my money. Right, well, you might want to look into hiring a private investigator to gather some proof to use it against her during the divorce settlements. That's probably a good idea. I'm terribly sorry to ask, but I don't suppose I could ask you for your help in all of this, could I? Sure, I would love to help you. Wow. Okay. Did she do something to you as well? Well, when we were together, I came home one day and caught her sleeping with another guy in our bed. That was actually what led us to break up. We weren't engaged or married or anything though, so legally speaking, there was nothing that I could do. But anyway, so yeah, I will gladly help you, John. I think it's time Megan gets what's coming for her. Okay, thanks for telling me all of that. I can't believe I'm not the first person that she has done this to. We need to crush her, John. I'll help do whatever it takes to make that happen. Okay, dude, you're kind of nuts, but I guess this will work. Just keep stringing Megan along for me, I guess. Oh, trust me, the pleasure is all mine. Revenge is gonna be so sweet. Wow, you really are crazy. I like it though. So, yeah, that was pretty much what we said. Oh, there is a lot more that you don't know about, like some of the conversations with the men that you've slept with. We know that some of them are married too, but your husband agreed to pursue them for less money if they agreed to stop talking to you forever. You thought that I was jealous of your life, but you're about to spend the rest of yours swimming in debt.
What? No, that's not going to happen.
Oh, yes, it will. Time will tell, Megan.
No, please, you can't do this to me.
Have a nice life, Megan. Hey there, Troy here. Man, revenge never felt so good. So, do you want to know what happened after that? Well, with my help, her husband John sued her for a whopping $8,000. Yep, that's right. That's the price you have to pay for cheating on your partner these days. It serves her right. So Megan is now having to pay for it, and I'm sure she's working hard day in and day out to pay for her fines. I have no idea what she's doing now, but I hope she's suffering out there somewhere. I actually had drinks with John a few times to talk about this, and we actually got along pretty well. I think we might just end up being great buddies. Thank you for watching.
Hi, Stephanie. How are you? I have a little favor I need to ask you.
Hey, Grace, it's been a while. I'm doing great. The graduation celebration is just around the corner. It'll be good to see you there. What's going on? Are you in some sort of trouble?
No trouble, but I'm glad you brought up the graduation ceremony. What do you say if we change the time from 11 to, say, 9 o'clock at night?
Wait, what? At nighttime? I think it's too late to do something like that right now. There's a lot of families attending the celebration and everyone will have to change their plans. I think it's best if we stick with the original schedule.
Come on, do me a solid here. I'm sure the other families can make some arrangements and it will be fine. Just do me this one little favor, please.
No. Sorry, Grace, I don't think I can do that. Why do you want to change the time in the first place?
Wouldn't you? 11 o'clock in the day is so early. I think myself and the other families included would like to have a bit more time to sleep in. It is the weekend after all.
True, we'd all like to get our beauty sleep in on the weekend. Then again, it's not like you're waking up when the sun rises. By the time it hits 11, the day has well and truly started. if it's that inconvenient for you, maybe you can go to bed a little bit earlier the night before?
Yeah, about that. I don't think it's that simple.
Why not? Tell me what's going on.
Well, let's see. How should I put this? The truth is, I'll be going out for drinks the night before. I plan to have a long and wild night with my girls.
You're going out at your age? Don't you think you're a bit old for that type of thing?
Hey, youth isn't on the outside, it's what's on the inside. I'm still a hot, wild spirit. You should see all the young boys coming up to me during the night. Even at my age, I'm still the hottest girl in the club.
Okay, I just had a sequence of really disturbing imagery. But looking past that, this is still really irresponsible, don't you think? I mean, we're celebrating the graduation of your kid. I think in this situation, you should be putting your child before yourself. Think about it. These kids only get this day once. You have plenty of days to go and enjoy yourself at the club.
Come on, Stephanie. You know it's not like that. It's Friday, for Pete's sake. That's the one day of the week you want to go out and party.
Be that as it may, there's still plenty of weekends for you to do that. Don't forget you're the organizer for this event. If you jeopardize the day and inconvenience the other families, I will lose a lot of respect for you. Just forget about going clubbing this Friday. You have something more important to do.
Stephanie, you just don't get it, do you? The fact that the graduation ceremony is on Saturday is the reason why I can only go out clubbing on Friday.
What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense.
I can't exactly go out clubbing when I've got the kids to look after, right? So I've got my husband there to look after them for me.
Wait, you're making your husband look after the children so you can go out clubbing. Was he seriously okay with that? I didn't get the impression that he was that type of guy.
Of course I didn't tell him I was going out clubbing. We'd be fighting for weeks if I even brought up the idea to him. Here's what I did, and I think you'll like it. I told him you and me are having a little meeting before the graduation celebration. He thinks we're going to meet the day before to discuss what's going to happen and make sure the preparations are in order. He didn't ask a single question to me about it. In a few seconds, I finally created a window for me to go out and chase some excitement. I didn't want to waste an opportunity like this, so I went out shopping for some fancy clothes. I managed to snag a hot item for the boys to perv at on Friday night.
Oh my God! What am I hearing right now? You're lying to your own husband. That's the worst thing a wife can do.
Oh, get over it, Stephanie. You know the other moms are doing this type of thing as well. What's so bad about me going out having some fun for a change? I do my job as a wife. I deserve a reward every now and then. Doesn't anyone care about how I feel?
I hear where you're coming from, but this is going a bit too far, don't you think? What are you going to do when your husband finds out?
Look, the only people that know about this thing is you and me. So as long as you keep your trap shut, he won't be hearing anything about it.
Don't think I'll keep my mouth shut about it for long. You dragged me in as an accomplice.
So what? We're friends, aren't we? I didn't think I needed your permission to do something like this. I thought you would have my back anyway.
Fine. All right, I'll look past it just this once. But you have to promise me that you'll be there on Saturday. I don't want to see you stumbling in late. And I especially don't want to see you in the same attire you were wearing the night before. I want you to be clean and proper.
Oh, calm down, madam. Of course I'll be the beautiful, clean mother that I always am.
Good. That's what I want to hear. But you know what that means, right?
Spending half an hour extra on doing my hair?
No. It means you have to put a cap on the amount of excitement you have on Friday night. If you don't go to bed early enough, you'll definitely not be waking up at 11.
Oh my God, what an absolute bore. Yes, fine. I'll do as you say.
Good. I'm begging you, Grace. This is an important day. Don't disappoint everyone. right, Gracie, come on. It's already 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Where the hell are you?
Give a girl a break, Stephanie. Even you need your beauty sleep. What's the urgency for me to wake up anyway?
Are you serious right now? You know what we have today, right?
Huh? Sister, what are you talking about?
Oh my God! You seriously are hopeless, aren't you? Your mental age is younger than our children.
Hey, no need for the insults. Just what are you on about anyway?
Come on. Remember our long chat yesterday?
I did have a funny dream about you getting me up for some party the kids were having.
Dream! Grace, you are killing me right now.
Wait, are you telling me that was real? Jeez, the alcohol really has gotten to me. Okay, I'll stop teasing you. We have the graduation party today, right?
We had the graduation party. The other mothers and I are having coffee at my place as the kids run around outside. We're all super disappointed you could do something this selfish. Especially since you were the one that organized this. If you didn't want to do something like this, why did you put your hand up in the first place?
Look, if we're gonna have a party, you should leave it to the pro. I didn't want one of you dullards creating a dismal celebration for me to sulk around.
Well, let's take a look at the party you organized. You left us stranded with a bunch of party items that we had no idea what you were planning to do with. We did the best that we could, but it was hardly the best send-off for our children. Did you even think of how your own child feels knowing his mother cares about some trivial night with hooligans instead of celebrating her beloved child?
That little brat gets more than enough love from his mother. I've bought him all the toys and gadgets to keep him preoccupied and happy.
Sadly, I don't think that type of motherly service is the emotional connection he is yearning for.
Well, whatever. Look, it's one day, so surely he can look past it once. He's got a whole lifetime of me doing my job as a mother. Besides, you know what type of circumstance I was in. Last night was the only time I could do something like this.
Oh, you mean because your husband took care of the kid for you?
Exactly! You have no idea how much of a bore our home life is. The man works all day, doesn't send me one message, and when he gets home, he goes straight to the bath and sits in there all night. He's selfish and doesn't lift one finger to help me with the household or child.
I'm not in a position to judge other people's household, but I think that's the trade-off you two make when you decided to marry. Plus, I know the type of work your husband is in. He's got quite a hectic schedule when he puts that suit on. I wouldn't blame him for taking the time to relax in a bath.
Sounds like you're a little too chummy with my husband, Stephanie. Know your place and stay away from him. You talk about how bad I am for missing one day. You should be ashamed of yourself for enticing another woman's man.
I've got no words to express how stupid you sound right now. By that logic, anyone that knows what type of work your husband is engaged in is automatically romantically interested in him? You can stop the gaslighting, Grace. I know you're trying to take the spotlight off yourself.
I'm not trying to take the spotlight off me. I genuinely don't want you anywhere near my man.
Well, if that's the case, I have bad news for you.
Don't tell me. I can already put the pieces together. While I was out having a great time, you figured you could have a great time yourself. I bet you snuck into her house the moment I walked out the door. I hope you had the decency to wait till my kid went to bed.
You're insane! What a baseless accusation. No, the sad news I want to tell you is that I am with your husband right now. He's here getting along with the other mothers.
Huh? My honey is there. Why though?
Well, think about it. If you weren't awake to take your own kid to his own graduation party, who would? From what your husband says, he tried multiple times to get you out of that bed. He woke you up a couple of times, but you didn't even have the energy to stand yourself up. Apparently, you rolled off the bed, cursed to yourself, and then went straight back to snoring.
Huh? So that's how I ended up on the floor. I haven't drunk to that extent in a long time. I must have had a hell of a night.
With that amount of lethargy, as well as the time you've woken up, I'm guessing you pulled an all-nighter in the city? Your husband thought about putting you back into bed, but it seems this isn't the first time something like this has happened. He's quite fed up with the way you've been lately.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Admit it. This isn't the first time you've been in a drunken stupor, is it? Your husband and I talked at length today about your behavior.
Oh my God. He's not getting suspicious, is he?
He sure is, darling. There are countless mornings when no matter what he does, he can't get you to wake up. He says that he comes home to bottles of alcohol sprawled about the place and shattered wine glasses. He tries to talk to you about why the place is in the state it's in, but you're always passed out when he tries to talk to you. Even the small little pockets he has to talk to you is useless because he has his commitment to work.
What has that selfish fool been telling you? Sure, I had a bit to drink every now and then, but that's only because of the neglect I get from my husband. If he gave me the care and attention I deserved, I wouldn't turn out this way. If he wants a home that he looks forward to coming back to, I need a husband that I look forward to seeing first.
As I said, I'm not in a position to comment on another person's household, but from the looks of things, he's holding up his end of the bargain. Think about it. The beautiful house you get to slumber in was bought by your husband. The alcohol you get to abuse at night was financed by your husband. Even your little escapade yesterday was thanks to your husband. Can you really say that you're in a position to judge him?
What are you getting at, Stephanie? Are you saying I should be grateful to him? He has the luxury of having a wife of this level of feminine exceptionality. That amount of financial prosperity is the least a man should provide for me. A woman needs more than money. She needs an emotional connection with her man. If she doesn't get that, she has to drown her emotional damage in drink. See things from my point of view, please.
No matter what way you spin it, all I see is a woman who only cares for herself. Sure, I would have taken your sentimental story at base value and sympathized with you, but through my interactions with you, I can't really blame your husband. You prioritized yourself over your own child, and I can definitely see you prioritizing yourself over your husband. I'm sorry, Grace, but I've never met a woman with a character as low as yours.
I can't believe the way you're talking to me right now, Stephanie. You're meant to be my friend. You're meant to have my back.
I don't have the back of people who turn their backs on others. Just so you know, I told your husband about your little lie. He knows you went out last night.
You did what? Why?
Because he asked.
You could have made up some excuse. Maybe even put me in a better light.
Sorry, I don't have a character as low as yours. I'm not going to let evil get away with letting people down any longer. He knows what you've been getting up to now, and he's not happy.
This is bad. I need to talk to you guys. I'm on my way to the party.
No can do, Missy. I told you the party is already over. Everyone is thinking about going home now. Your husband was quite vague, but he said he's going to do the right thing when he gets home. If it means cutting ties with you, the other mothers and I have the same idea.
What the hell? Having you guys leave me in the dust is one thing, but my husband too. You can't do this to me. I'll be alone.
If you want people to care about you, you have to reciprocate that care as well, Grace. Hopefully this harsh lesson will teach you to treat others better. Let us know what happens when your husband gets home. Grace did her best to arrange the house as best as she could before her husband came home. Just as she had finished up scrubbing the puke she threw up in the bedroom the night before, she heard the lock click downstairs. Sure of herself that she sufficiently cleaned up the mess she created, she rushed downstairs to embrace her husband and tell him how much she loved him. To her dismay, she must have been puking all the way to the bedroom and trampled on the slimy mess left on the stairs. Her husband, not only disgusted by his wife's behavior, but also the pukey stains she left around the house, quickly shrugged her off and demanded a divorce. After a whole afternoon of cleaning and eventually packing her belongings, Grace was left outside that night to find a place for herself. I'm not sure what happened to her, but she'll have to be really stubborn to pull a stunt like that with the next guy.